Hello, hello, and welcome back to Nature's Galaxy. I'm your host and talkative friend Luna. Thank you so much for stopping by and trusting me with your cards. Another reading for Cancer Aquarius placement people. I hope you don't mind. I have been up for hours since like 3 a.m. It's just one of those nights where it's like it's too much stress in the system. So waking up this morning, just doing some research, and now I'm like, let me just do a reading for Aquarius Cancer placements. So, first and foremost, leading the reading, we have the crown chakra and make your way. So, the crown chakra, the sacral chakra, they are getting an upgrade at this time. So, health, the devil, the angel, I think for some of you, health has been holding you back for some time, not necessarily like in a bad way, but you have naturally needed upgrades for your health. This has been translating with friends and family, how much they care about you, how much they love you. I also feel like some of you have been viewing your selfishness in a different light, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I think you're just trying to take up more space now. But the devil, the angel, transportation, some of you could be having transportation issues. It looks like you are going to receive help from friends or family. I do believe you're going to have some very important conversations about your health with friends or family. For others of you, excuse me, I didn't mean my for my voice to break up a little bit there. But in terms of your health, I think for others of you, you're going to start keeping certain things to yourself. And I'm not necessarily sure what type of health this would be: emotional health, spiritual health, physical health. I'm not really sure, but I do feel like you're going to make your way. You're going to make things a little bit more private. Here, we also have small victory. You have small victories that other people don't want you to see. The jealousy card is not here, but it does feel like you are winning and overcoming any type of jealousy that is trying to present itself. You are enough. Love isn't earned. So this can go back to childhood to a certain manner, especially with this family and friends card here, how you grew up. Third house energy for the Aquarius placement, Saturn being in your third house, transiting soon into your fourth as well, depending on your placement. So this has either been happening for quite some time or, again, just depending on the degrees and where your houses are, there is an upgrade when it comes down to your house again, and not in a chaotic way. I think as Uranus leaves Taurus, Saturn then comes in as just like, okay, so you're independent with all of these things, but now I also know that you want the magic of wealth to come into your life now. I think you are settling into more of this I don't care energy, even though you can care, you can love, but to the there's so many things I wanted to enter into my channeling all at once, like three things wanted to channel in. So it doesn't matter in terms of the projections going on right now. I think you're sending projections back as well. We have the home here. It's complex. You had to be there. There could be some disagreements that are coming up within the home. You're weighing out your options. Should you live by yourself? Do you still want to do another round with your roommate? Another roommate could be moving out. Um, People are questioning your intentions slash motives. It is a time of studying. It is a time of putting yourself out there in terms of the grapevine, your networking. So this could be you just potentially being a little bit too close for comfort, and or you're in this phase of everyone wants to help one another and it's pissing everybody off. One of those situations. I think you're being very clear about certain things that you are discussing at this time, but your energy level needs to actually have rest. Other than that, because you will get cranky, you will get crabby. The moon within the next like 2 days, 4 days is going to be in Cancer. So this energy is going to start shaking off of you a little bit. So if there are some huge things that are closing out or restarting when it comes down to home, you could be seeing 111 a lot. This has a lot to do with the 11th house of Cancer energy and the fourth house of Aquarius energy. So the home and networking, as we see here, it's complicated. You had to be there. But this also has a lot to do with the angel, the devil, transportation, different things that happened in your past. But again, we have here this new resurgence of you're enough. Love isn't earned. True love, it needs and should be natural. You're seeing where you've been conditioned, where you need this spiritual rest. If you feel as though you've been cracked open here and there, or you feel misunderstood, things are going to clear out, but you need to be around the right people. I think for some of you, you're naturally side eyeing your friends at this point in time, or you're holding yourself and or them to a higher standard, which comes with this small victory and or this transition of transportation being in question. So some of you could be studying how you love, how you want to transform out of what you grew up with. Pluto now has us all in that chokehold as Uranus leaves Taurus. It wants your energy concretized, solid. So when you start to make that new mountain with your accomplishments, you've weighed out everything because your emotions just feel so much at a deadlock where now all of this energy is kind of like feeding into like one area. Most likely, it has something to do with the third, the fourth, or the fifth house in your chart somewhere. If you're an Aquarius rising, and if you are a Cancer rising, this would be in your 10th, 11th, and potentially 12th house. Again, just depending on the degrees and certain things from here. So the transition, just feeling so stalemated, it is going to change coming up. It does look like, again, you need to keep some of these small victories to yourself. There could be just more of a hunger to learn more as well with this studying card, this weigh out your options. But be mindful as well that this could be a coping mechanism with the angel, the devil energy, the devil, the angel energy. Things will smooth out. But if there are some questions about money, stay authentic. Stay authentic. The road, especially when you begin, I mean, technically, it is a good sign if things are pretty slow moving when you start opening up business for yourself. You get to see the mistakes in slow motion. You get to see how you act as a marketing person. You get to see how you are transcendent to your community, to your audience. Now is the time for new growth, which is beautiful. I think certain things are finally clicking, assistance is finally clicking. This whole someone is questioning your intention slash motives. This is projection. Let's be very clear. And I can feel it so deeply in my solar plex at this point in time. Like the projection that you've been facing, what you're going through, most likely what you're going through due to the new moon that we had in Taurus. You're seeing how this energy has leaked away from you, how some people have stolen your creativity, at least in your heart, because you don't feel compensated for the time that you actually put out for X, Y, and or Z. There is this energy of getting over yourself a little bit if you can allow yourself more forgiveness, trusting the universe. putting out new deadlines for yourself, holding yourself not so terribly much to a higher standard that it blocks you out from reality. But I think there are different ways you want to go about your version of freedom, because there is freedom afforded to you. Now, transportation and home seem to be like the main connections here that I'm now making and seeing in front of me. If you have been trying to move out, it looks like Saturn again is going to make a way for you with the devil, the angel energy. You've just had to get clear before you started moving too much, doing too much. But I think this was out of your control anyway. Saturn wasn't going to let you just skydive onto your face. Saturn was not going to let you do that. But now Saturn's just like, okay, I can slowly give you a little bit here. I can slowly give a little bit to you here. But don't forget your health. Don't forget about your community. Don't forget that you're enough. Love isn't earned. But the people who are questioning your intention slash motives, but are they paying your bills? Now, if they are, I guess it is what it is. But if they're not paying your bills, I think it's time for you to hop into this Cancer energy and roll over all of this. It's time. It's time. How lovely. Because now your energy is at a certain level. As I like to say, sometimes like you're so angry about something that everything needs to be like perfect, and it will be perfect because your energy has to go somewhere. And with our Cancer Aquarius energy, we can definitely dip our toes into perfectionism. We can do that. We like resting more. That's a lot nicer. Obviously, we don't try to indulge too much into it. We still want to make room for mistakes, but overall, I just think that your energy is also pissed off enough to where you're just like, I'm gonna do everything amazing all over again. Fuck this. Whereas before, you could have been depleted, and some people could have been trying to steal your tires to a certain extent. Now you're ready for the upgrade. Like bottom of the deck over here, you're ready for the upgrade. You're done. You're sick. You're tired. You don't give a fuck who is here for it and who's not. So it says watch your step. So watch your step around earth signs. Not all earth signs, but I think they potentially are also the ones that are questioning your intentions and motives. If you have these earth placements within you as well, some distance it feels like you need to give, and some belief towards what you can overcome, going towards a home, going towards options, going towards networking, going towards studying. A good realistic plan is going to help all of this. So if your vitality seems to be turned upside down for the time being, channel so much of your belief into your future actions, because it will come. But our energy, we kind of need to like, so I know I'm a manifesting generator. I don't know about you guys, but it's definitely giving generator energy. Like we got to work up to a couple of things. We got to work up to that idea. We got to work up to doing this and doing that. Now, of course, like me being a manifesting generator, it's like a generator on crack naturally. But, either way, 1414 on the timer. You can look up human design online using your search engine. Just, typing in human design, putting in your birthday, time, so on and so forth, just like your natal chart, how you found out if you were an Aquarius, a Cancer, different things like that. But yes, coming up, if you are having issues with some earth signs in your life, their vitality as well, just it's the projection. Just so many things are just saying the same thing over and over again. It is the projection. It is not you, but you being pissed off and doing the right thing and making certain things perfect are it's going to be lovely for you. Watch your step. There are going to be people along the way to help ground you through this pissed off energy, which is great. Probably all the way up until the full moon, but take this Taurus energy with a lot of care as Uranus exits Taurus. Thank you so much, Aquarius Cancer placement individual people. I've reached the end of our reading. Whenever you're watching this, I hope you have a great morning, noon, evening, or night, and I will catch you guys next time.